Well, guys, it is long overdue. August 31st, 2025, as I finally have got around to the final week of the 2021 DCFL season. The wait is finally over, as we're getting ready to do the final week of the year and see who's going to make the playoffs for the final season. So let's take a look at the standings going into the final week. In the Eastern Conference, the Indianapolis Rabbit Stallions have the number 1 seed locked up at 14-1, and the Jacksonville Scouts have the number 2 seed locked up at 11-4. New York Gangsters right now is the 3rd seed. However, it's not guaranteed, as Philadelphia and Baltimore still have a chance to get it depending on what happens. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, no one's in yet. All 5 teams remain other than San Diego, so have a chance to get it. So let's go take a look at the games coming up. So here is the Week 16 games. It's going to start off with the Eastern Conference games. New York at Baltimore. If New York wins and Philadelphia loses, New York will get in as the 3rd seed. If Baltimore wins, though, and Philadelphia loses, then we get in. And then after that, it's Indianapolis at Boston. Nothing happens there. Then it's Philadelphia at Jacksonville. If Philadelphia wins and Baltimore wins, they get in. Or if there's a tie, too, Philadelphia needs to win to have any chance, and they need New York to lose to have any chance. Meanwhile, nothing for Jacksonville. They're stuck as the 2nd seed no matter what. Alright, now for the Western Conference games. It starts off with San Diego at Kansas City. Kansas City needs to win to have any chance at the playoffs, and they're going to need... that really doesn't matter about Oakland and Tacoma, because either winning won't really help them. And neither of the other games. Like, there's so many variables that I really can't say who would win. But anyways, after that, it's going to be Oakland and Tacoma. If Oakland wins, they'll get into the playoffs with the number 1 seed. Tacoma needs to win to have any chance of making the playoffs. And finally, Seattle at Chicago. Chicago, if they win and Oakland loses, they will make the playoffs and they will get the number 1 seed. And if they win, they'll still get in, but they need an Oakland loss too to get the number 1 seed. Seattle needs to win, and they need Oakland to win and San Diego to win, have any chance in the playoffs. There's a lot of variables for these games coming up. So let's take a look at the results for Week 16. And here are the results for the Week 16 games, as Baltimore destroyed New York 44-10, as they just could not stop our offense. Their offense was terrible, and it cost them big time as we move up on the spot right now. Meanwhile, Indianapolis would destroy Boston with really no effort, of course. No surprise right there as they finished 15-1 once again. Meanwhile, Jacksonville hosting Philadelphia. Jacksonville would destroy Philadelphia. They tried to make it competitive going to the 4th quarter, but Jacksonville was just too much for them as they got the victory. And with that, my Baltimore Charm at 7-9 clinched the final spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Everything went my way just what I needed to. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, San Diego, with their defensive effort, shuts down Kansas City and gets a huge victory to hopefully spoil their season. Meanwhile, Oakland at Tacoma. For the first half of the game, Tacoma shut down Oakland's offense, couldn't do anything as they were up 6-0. Then Oakland finally scored to take the lead going into the 4th quarter, 7-6. And then Tacoma imploded, letting Oakland score 14 points. Oakland would win 21-6. That clinched them a playoff spot and the number 1 seed. Meanwhile, Seattle at Chicago. Seattle had a good start going into the first half, but Chicago took over right there. Seattle tried to keep it competitive, but they couldn't get it done in the end, as Chicago would win 31-19 to clinch the number 2 seed and to knock Seattle out of the playoffs. And with that, here is how the regular season ended in 2021 for DCFL. As of course, Indianapolis has number 1 seed. Jacksonville, has the number 2 seed. And due to tiebreakers, Philadelphia has the worst record. Actually, no, Philadelphia had the worst conference record between New York and Baltimore, so they fell down to the 5th seed. And then Baltimore had the head-to-head victory tiebreaker over New York, and that's how Baltimore got the 3rd seed. New York beat Philadelphia due to better conference records, so that's why they had the 4th seed. Philadelphia fell to the 5th seed, and Boston, of course, was the 6th seed. Oakland, of course, they clinched number 1 seed over Chicago as they swept them. Chicago, of course, was the 2nd seed. And Kansas City makes the playoffs. For the first time in 3 years, only their 2nd playoff appearance. Same goes for my Baltimore Charm after 2 years. They got in because they had a better head-to-head record mean, no, they had a better head-to-head victory record over Tacoma by just 2 games, so they clinched the 3rd seed. Tacoma's the 4th seed, Seattle's the 5th seed, and San Diego is the 6th seed. So the playoffs are now set. It's going to be Baltimore at Jacksonville, with the winner visiting Indianapolis afterwards. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, it's Kansas City at Chicago, with the winner going to visit Oakland. And then whoever wins those 2 remaining games will face off in the championship to wrap up the series. Alright guys, this is it. The final video, the final playoffs of the series before it's over. Tune in next time for Week 16 of the 2021 DCFL playoffs. Who will clinch the final championship? See you all then.